Elfin Hair was kind enough to reach out to me to collab with them, but this time I'm going to be showing you guys their beautiful halfway collection. This is actually the Burmese curly hair, and it's in the length 20 inches. The halfway comes with combs, adjustable straps, as well as a drawstring to make it nice and snug once you're installing your half wig. Now it also comes, oh, first of all, let me show you how soft this hair was. Now you can't really tell, but look at how easily my hands just glide through it. It's crazy. In your package, you're gonna get this beautiful letter, thank you for being a customer, a wig cap, instructions that shows you how to take care of your investment. I love this because it definitely tells you what products to recommend, and coincidentally, I'm gonna actually use that Revlon color silk. I love Revlon's color. Comes with a bonnet to make sure your hair looks fabulous when you wake up in the morning, as well as an edge brush and then a wig band. Now, I recently colored my locks. I haven't uploaded a video showing you guys how I did it, so this is probably going to be like the reveal of my locks, and this is the color that I did. Now, it didn't come out this bright blonde. I wanted more of a brown, so I used the blonde to lift my hair. Hopefully that makes sense, but you'll see it once I reveal it. Well, you saw it in the beginning, whatever. Anyway, so I'm gonna do the old school method of dyeing hair. If you were back in the early days of YouTube when all the girlies were coloring their extensions, this was the trick, is to just put your extensions in a bag and pour the color in it, and then switch it up a little bit, and then you're done coloring your hair or your bundles, whatever it is. This is the method I practiced a lot, especially when I was working with with my bundles. It was just easier to just dye my bundles this way if you didn't want highlights. But anyway, that's what I did. I took those 2 boxes and I poured it into the bag, and now I'm just going to comb through with my fingers to make sure that the color is distributed throughout the unit. Also to making sure that I turn the unit upside down, and also detangling, making sure that the color is seeping through. I always get nervous when I'm coloring my extensions because I don't want to lose the curl pattern on it. But as you saw in the beginning, I didn't lose the curl pattern whatsoever coloring this half wig, so 10 out of 10 already with it. After distributing the color as much as I possibly can, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna follow up with the conditioner that came in the bag. I'm gonna put 2 of the conditioners in there, and then add a little bit of water just to dilute it a little bit, comb it out again, and then I'm just gonna let it sit until it's finished processing. Now, when it comes to my hair, you can't really see the color too much. When I recorded this day, it was very stormy outside, so there was moments when the sun came out, then there was moments when it was dark. But anyway, I'm gonna be using some mousse, comb, my duck clips, and some rubber bands to create the style that you saw in the beginning. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna section my hair out in the front where I'm gonna do the barrel twist, and then I'm gonna braid the back to tuck it in underneath my wig. Again, I do apologize if my lighting is changing because, like I said before, I do have a storm that was passing that specific day, so I had to keep changing my ISO. So some scenes may be a little bit darker than others, but I really didn't want to stop recording in the middle of doing that, so I do apologize for that. But anyway, here I am just braiding the back of my hair. I like to do an inverted cornrow. I just feel like my locks lay a little bit flatter when I do that, and then I just pin it back. And then for the retwist in the front, I'm going to add my mousse to my hair to create my retwist. Now, if you followed my channel, you would know that ever since I started my lock journey that I've been on a hunt for a good lock gel, and I'm still on that hunt. I think it's just user error. I think I'm just using too much gel when I'm retwisting my hair, and that's the reason why it's giving me that cakey look. And then I decided to try out mousse, and I actually love mousse better than the gel. If you're a lock girly, comment below which one you prefer when you're doing your retwist or your reties. If you prefer a lock gel or a mousse, I am team mousse. The lock gel, I'm just going to use on my husband. He has long hair and I do cornrow it, so I use it to make sure that his braids are nice and neat, so it's not going to waste. With my daughter, with her locks, because she has smaller locks, I do reties, so I don't really need to put any gel in her hair at all. But anyway, right here you can see me just adding the mousse to the base of my hair. I try not to pop my hair when I'm trying to make a clean part. I just use my comb to kind of clean out my part, and then I go ahead and I do my retwist. Another thing I noticed as being a lot girly, it's about to be a year in October, I can't believe time is flying, is that you become tender-headed, and everyone says that. And I think with me, because I am not really styling my locks outside of YouTube, I feel like when I do create a style, I can't keep it in for a long time. Like right now while I'm doing this voiceover, I already took those barrel twists out. I couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it. I don't know how you girls keep your retwist styles in. I just couldn't do it. But anyway, back to the tutorial. So like I said, I'm just doing my retwist for my individual locks, and then I'm going to attempt to barrel twist. I'm still learning how to do specific styles on my hair, and hopefully I'm doing it right. I think maybe because I was twisting too tight in the front, that's the reason why this style felt too tight. But anyway, I digress. I'm gonna go ahead and do those barrel twists on my hair, and then I'll be back once I am done with the top. I tried my best to make sure that my barrel twists in the front were even. So when I made my locks, I wasn't thinking about these specific styles. So you can see that lock right in the middle, that's like in the middle. Again, when I created the locks on my hair, I never intended to have a middle part. I wanted it to just fall to the side, so I wasn't paying attention when I was doing that. I know I said that like 4 times, so I will never have a middle part. So please ignore like that lock in the middle, because it just looks like it just doesn't make sense. But anyways, after doing my barrel twist, I'm going to loosely Bantu knot my hair and then add some hairpins to keep it tucked away. I'm doing it loosely because I want to give the illusion that my hair is a little bit longer than it is. The girl that I followed on TikTok to recreate this look, her locks were a little bit longer than mine, so her Bantu knots were like super chunky and cute. Oh my goodness, it was so pretty, and I really wanted that full look because I have a 20-inch bust down in the back, so I want to make sure it kind of mimics that look. So that's what I'm doing, and here's the start of the show. As you can see, that wig colored almost exactly the same color as my locks, and I love it. And I'm just taking those combs and I'm pushing them into the cornrows that I made in the back, and then I'm tucking my locks in, making sure that this unit is secure. I do love that the combs do not feel like it's ripping my hair out. If you know, you know, like sometimes the combs just feel like it's just digging into your scalp. I love the fact that they're super comfortable, and that half wig actually felt comfortable in the back of my head. I loved it. Now, to just add some pizzazz to this, I'm going to just add some curly pieces. So I'm going to take pieces of the unit and I'm going to wrap it around my Bantu knots just so that it gives a little bit more to my face. I'm not edges girly. I don't know how to swoop baby hairs. I honestly don't think I have baby hairs at all, so I don't do that swoop look. So I think adding the curls to like frame my face gives it more of a design for the front. Since I do have a slightly big forehead, it just helps add a little bit more fullness to the front of my head. So I'm just taking pieces of the unit and I'm wrapping around my Bantu knots. And then later on, I realized, oh, you know what? Instead of it just sitting in the front and pinning it down, I'm just going to take a crochet needle and just pull it through my locks. That way it lays a little bit better. And then I did add a little bit of mousse to the loose hair just so that the curls are a little bit more defined. But again, this unit is so soft. I love the fact that it took my color so well. And I will have so many other creative hairstyles to do with this unit. It's so beautiful, so soft. I'm so glad it matches my hair perfectly. And then this is just me, just like I said, I just took that crochet needle and pulled it through my locks, and I love the way it framed my face. It's so, so pretty. I didn't let the mousse dry, so please ignore some of the white spots because it was in the middle of drying, but this is what the final look looks like. I love this style. It's very easy to do. If you have to go somewhere really fast, just barrel twist the front of your hair and just add that wig in the back. It's so gorgeous. I actually did this unit, this style with a kinky curly unit. So if you wanted more of a kinkier look, that's what it would be. I'm showing you how long the 20 inches is on me. I am 5'7", and this is what the color looks like. I raised the ISO so you can kind of see what my new hair color looks like and how gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous this is. I love this style so much, and I love that it's so quick to do and that I could just plop it on and I'm ready to go. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching this video. Elfin Hair, thank you so much for sponsoring this video. If you have any questions, you can always leave them below. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'm on the road to 100,000 subscribers, so please join me on that road, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.